Height's overrated, and it's not like you can control it, so it's not your fault. So own your height. 5 foot proud.
Sometimes I can't tell. There's way too much confusion here beyond a simple truth. There's more to love than hope and fear that I don't see in you. I gave you everything.
Steps to becoming more emotionally intelligent. Number 1, self-awareness. Self-awareness sounds like a really easy one, but it's actually really hard. But a little ways to be more self-aware is number 1, pay attention to why you feel the way you feel. Like, really ask yourself. Like, if you're upset, be like, why am I upset? Am I upset for no reason? Am I upset because of something particular? Is there a pattern in the things that are triggering me and making me upset? You can do this by journaling, just asking yourself questions, writing songs, talking to other people. It can really help you be a lot more self-aware. You can also ask for feedback, but be careful on who you ask for feedback, making sure you're asking it to an objective person who loves you and cares about you and wants you to get better. And just say, hey, have you noticed a pattern that I seem to get upset a lot? Or have you noticed that I do this a lot, or I would...
Consuming my life, wasting all my time. I can't keep waiting, my trust is fading. We've been here for too long. I thought that we could last forever. I've had enough. I know you need me.
Basically, like, people knew me for being really positive at first, especially with the covers. So I wanted to do something that had more of a positive vibe, because a lot of my songs weren't that positive, so it was like one of the only positive ones that I had. So I was like, let's just start with a really positive one.
Sure.
That will just make people feel good and happy.
Yeah, you didn't want to start with that's interesting that your other ones are not as you said, well, not as positive.
5 things I wish someone told me before starting high school. Number 1, it's not the end of the world. When you're in high school, you think everything is so important, but it's really not. In the grand scheme of life, being popular in high school means nothing. And being a nerd in high school doesn't have to hold you back or mean anything bad. When you're in high school, you think it's time to experiment and do whatever you want, but just because you're in high school doesn't mean that your actions don't have consequences. If you don't know what you're passionate about, high school is a great time to figure it out through extracurricular activities. Don't be mean to your parents just because you're in high school now and are embarrassed of them. There's no reason to be embarrassed of them, unless they're like actually toxic. But if they're not toxic and just embarrassing, be nice to them. They love you and care about you. So, afternoon, here we come. Feeling very refreshed and rejuvenated.
Spreading those rumors around. Stop spreading the lies.
Thank you so much. You're the sweetest. Unfortunately, I haven't grown physically at all. Wish I would have. But I'd rather grow mentally than physically, right? Love you. You've been so sweet and so supportive. Thank you. Girl, I totally feel you. It happens to the best of us. What has helped me is giving myself a reward after I study or after I do something I'm dreading. So like, if I really don't want to study, after I study, I'll give myself like a lemonade or a tea. 5 things I wish somebody told me when I started singing. Number 1, patience. Nothing happens overnight. Number 2, your singing voice will get better over time as you develop. You know, if you're 14, once you get to 16, it's going to be a whole nother level. 3, a lot of people judge you for wanting to sing or follow your dreams, but don't listen to them because you're following your dream and that's what matters. 4, always keep the passion of music. Like, when it starts to feel like a job or you start to not love it, that's when it's time to start. But as long as you love it, keep going. 5, even if you only have like 100 streams, remember every single one of those people are angels and amazing people, and really be thankful for them and thank them because they are so kind to even take the time out of their day to listen to their songs. So thank you to everybody who's listened to my song. I really appreciate it. Manny Monday Extra Edition. This I say no, 0 out of 10. So I love these, but how do you live? How do you write? How do you go to the bathroom? So I'm going to say 6 out of 10. This 8 out of 10. Would like it better if it's pink, but I like it. 1 out of 10. I don't want my hands to be furry. Okay, if it didn't have that fur thing, it'd be like so good, but because of that, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Okay, I think that's a mermaid unicorn. 10 out of 10. Winner, winner, winner. To feel good, even when you feel like the world's kind of against you. This can be a difficult one, but just don't care what other people think. If you have to deal with bullies on a daily basis, really try to not care. I know that's easier said than done, but once you get to the point where you don't care, it'll really, really help a lot. Another thing that's helped me a lot is spirituality, because when I feel like there's a bigger purpose and a bigger being, like the people who are mean to me, I don't really care that much because I know it doesn't matter and I'm answering to a higher being and just knowing that things are more important. Also knowing that you are not the opinions of other people. Here's the thing, there's billions of people on earth, so every single person isn't gonna like you, but not every single person's opinion is right. And there's so many opinions out there, you can really only listen to yourself and your heart. I think. I'm pretty sure. Hair tips. Number 1, don't wash it every day. I know you may want to, but it actually can damage your hair and make your hair really, really dry. Try to not dye it that much. And look, I don't want my natural color. I love having blonde in my hair. But when I do dye my hair, I always try to make it very minimal, and also I don't touch it up much. So I only dye my hair since I was in 6th grade, maybe once every 2 years, so minimal maintenance. 3, don't just use hair care products that your friends use. Really use what's good for your hair, whether it's your particular color, your texture, you're dry, oily. This might sound crazy, but eating more protein. When I started adding more protein into my diet, my hair started growing like crazy. 5, brush your hair every day, absolutely, but try not to brush it too much, because if you brush it too much and hard, it can make it fall out. I'll have like clumps.
At this point, I'm getting numb. Lately, I've seen another side of you. So many hoops you're trying to put.
So I'm like one of those people who like shoes a lot better than clothes. And today I'm going to see if I can find anybody who's wearing really cool shoes and film them. Shh, undercover. I'm really into these basic high fashion. I love these, so good. Oh my gosh, work it. I love these because they have a wedge. I'm obsessed with wedges. They're metallic. Can you ask for anything more than metallic? Now these were like leather. They were wood. How to be mindful. Take your time. Don't rush through everything. Just take your time. And pay attention to your surroundings and see what people are doing. People watch. It's fun. Hey, happy Saturday. Hope you have a blessed weekend. Just want to remind you to love yourself and know that you're worthy. Keep praying. And by the way, tonight I have a really special surprise on my Instagram Live. Hope you have an amazing weekend. Love you, BFF. 5 ways to be a leader. 1, listen to other people. 2, don't give people the advice that you would want to give yourself. Give people the advice that's right for them. 3, be confident and own your skills. 4, be productive and proactive. 5. Be organized. Shoe Saturday Pink Edition, what I'd wear for a day in, what I'd wear to go for a run, what I'd wear to perform and be a singer, what I'd wear for a girls' night out, what I'd wear for afternoon outings, casual. Optimizing your body and your mind to get ready for a productive study session. First of all, make sure you're not on an empty stomach, but also make sure you're not full. Make sure you're in a good place. Study in a place with limited distractions, if at all possible. Pretty good lighting. Natural lighting I would recommend, not like really, really harsh light. And have a study space so you know, okay, I'm here, time to study, let's do this. How to have more hope and see the light at the end of the tunnel in difficult times. Take it day by day, maybe even hour by hour, just being like, in this moment, everything's fine. Also, every day take little baby steps to make things better, if possible. If you're stressed out about final exams, start studying just a little bit every day and study earlier, and that stress will be out. If you're stressed out about a relationship with somebody, just every day make a little effort to make that relationship better, or go no contact if they're toxic. Put things in perspective, and remember, people have lived through much worse. Everybody has it worse. Things could always be worse, and be grateful for what you have, even if things are really difficult and you deserve to be able to complain. Even if you want to complain, complaining isn't really going to help anything, so it's just better to be grateful if positive, and that's a lot easier said than done, but you can do this. How to optimize mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Mental, take time for you. If things are getting overwhelming, really take a step back and look at what you're doing. Physical, just find a way to be active, and it doesn't even have to be that much. Just walk. Walking is so awesome. Emotional health, talk to people, if you're feeling down, pick up the phone and talk to somebody. And even if you have to call a hotline or a therapist, just really talking can really help. Spiritual, stay close to God, keep praying. It's the best thing ever. And really keeps you grounded. Lessons that I've been learning in my teens. Okay, so just don't take it too seriously. Sometimes when you're a teen, everything seems like the end of the world, but it's really not. And perspective is everything. And realizing I'm 16, chill. Dating isn't that important when you're a teen. People make it seem like you need to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You don't. I think it's better not to, because teen is when you can find who you really are and find your own interests, Being a teen feels like forever, and sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, I just want to be an adult. But it's a really short time, so enjoy it. It doesn't last forever. And like I said before, use your teenage years to really find yourself and find your passions and what you love and what you want your life to be. Sunday day in the life. I woke up really sick but had some caffeine to nurse me back to health. Then I cleaned a lot and studied and got a lot of work done. I don't know why I do it, but it's kind of like a fun challenge. I'm life unfiltered, so I woke up later than I was supposed to, so now I'm really tired, got a lot to get done, and I just got yelled at. It's way too much confusion here, beyond simple truth. It's more love than hope and fear that I don't see in you. I gave you every single tear till there was nothing left. I don't want to be around selfish people. Are you ready for it? Creature habit, you know what I mean? It kind of hurts. I'm like, oh my god.
Crush on me. Ew, no. Yeah, I think you do.
And just dive into the deep end, crashing through the ceiling, million miles an hour.
I'm always too lazy. I'm like,
I'm in class right now.
the worst. It feels so bad. And you're like, how did this even happen?